Alright guys, welcome back to the third video in the file editor series. Today we're going to be hopefully pretty much wrapping things up here. We just got a couple more things to get through. So let's just get started. Alright guys, so last time we created a PHP function that allows us to see all the folders and files in our folder that we specify in the beginning. But now I want to make it so that when you click on these, something actually happens. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to give these right here an ID equal to their path. And the reason for that is because in JavaScript I want to be able to access their path, right? And so now down here, these are our folders, right? So what we want to do is we want to give this an onClick. And remember, in JavaScript we created our open folder function right here. So all we have to do is do open folder this.id, and it will open the new folder. So let's test this really quick. Click on it, and now we can see everything in our Ace folder. Do you see how easy that was? There's a lot of files in this folder. But obviously we can't, okay, there's something, oh, there's no PHP image, but that's okay. Obviously there's no way to go back, because what we did here is we actually removed the back button. So what we actually want to do is right here, we can continue, but then if the file is equal to the dot dot, which is back, we're going to want to create our own back button, basically. And so we're going to be echoing pretty much the same thing here, but instead of path, we're going to be echoing the dir name, which will be the folder that we're in. It's going to go one back of the dir. And so let's go ahead and then go down here. We're going to change this to back, and we can eventually pick a different image for this, but for now it should just say back. Sorry, after that we also want to continue, because we don't want to loop through the rest of it here. So now when you click this, you can go back. Perfect. Okay, now that we've done that, let's do these files right here. So we're going to make a new function in JavaScript, and this is going to be open file. We're going to give it a file name. Alright, and we're going to do this exact same thing, but we're going to make a new PHP thing here. So this is going to be file.php, and we're going to be sending it a file. Alright, and then what we're going to do here is once we get the data, we're going to do ace.setValue equal to data. Alright, so let's make that new PHP file here. File.php inside of PHP. Okay. Start this up. Alright. Now we're going to get our file, and that's going to be our post variable called file. And this is really easy. You just do if file_get contents. Alright, and then you send it the file name. Actually, we can just, you literally just echo this, and that's going to give you the contents. And so if we go back to our dir.php, what we want to do is we want to add an onClick right here equal to open file this.id, because our ID is our path again. And we'll just go back here, click on that, and it looks like we have a little problem here. Ace.setValue is not a function. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually need to do editor.setValue, because remember, editor is our instance of Ace that we're using. So let's go ahead and go back. There we go. Look at that. We can see all the code that we've been typing so far in the editor. That is so cool. Alright, but you notice it's selecting everything when we switch. That's just an Ace editor thing that we can fix really easily by adding -1 right here, and now it won't select the text when you do it. Okay, so we have this. Now what we want to be able to do is we can go in here and we can change this, but we're not getting the full Ace editor experience. We don't have these nice colors here. So what we want to do is we want to actually set the mode. We got to tell Ace what type of file this is, and then it's like, yeah, we're giving it a mode basically. So what we want to do is we want to get the mode. And so in Ace there's a mode list extension in here, and what you can do is you can give it an extension, and it'll tell you the mode name, and it'll do all that for you. So I actually forget, and I knew I was going to forget too, so I set this up to already be on the set mode function right here. So first of all, I'm just going to copy this because I'll explain it. But let's go back here. We're going to make function set mode. Okay. And so what we do is we include the mode list, right? Ace extension mode list. All right. And then I actually have we're going to make a mode variable. Oh, and I'm also going to make a dir and a file variable. So what we can do here is when we change the folder, we can say dir equals folder and file. Actually, this is going to be doc, as in like document, because we already used file here, so I'm going to change this to doc. Down here, what we want to do is we want to set the mode to modeless.getMode for path doc.mode. And doc is our file name. So now hopefully this will work. What we want to do here, oh sorry, and then we set the mode of the Ace editor to that mode. So what we want to do in here is we just do set mode, and now hopefully click on this, we don't have any errors. Oh, okay, we do. Of undefined. Okay, so it looks to me like the problem is with Ace. So hang on, let me pause, I'll figure this out. Alright guys, so I forgot to do one thing here, and that is actually include the mode list extension into our index.html, and that's right here. And so now, hopefully when I go in here, we don't get any errors when we set that, and look at that, we've got color. There's also tons of different themes. For this one I already created, I actually made this theme myself, so you can do that too. But for now we're just going to keep this default like boring blue, green, whatever this is. So look at this, we can see everything now. All we need to do is create our save function. Alright, so let's head over to JavaScript and let's create our save. So we're going to be saving the document that we're already in. So we're going to do another post, save.php. Alright, we're sending it the doc. And we can actually call this file too, just to keep it consistent. And we're also going to be sending it the code. And that's going to be equal to editor.getValue. So this is just everything, the value of the Ace editor basically. And this is going to be our callback. We're going to say if, oops, we need to add data. So if data equals true, and we have to use text here just because it can't send booleans through for some reason. So if data is true, we're going to alert, this is a terrible way of doing this, but saved. Alright? Else alert error. Alright, now let's create save.php. So let's go up here, new file, save, in our PHP folder, save.php. Okay, so this is like just as easy as this. Basically the same thing. In fact, I'm just going to copy it, and we're actually going to change this to file set contents. We're going to be setting it to the file, and obviously our code is going to be equal to our post variable of code. So we do file code, and what I'm actually going to do is we're not going to echo this. We're going to say if this happened, echo true. That way, if this works, it's going to say it worked, and in here we checked, and if it worked, it's going to say saved. But one more thing we want to do is on our load, we want to make it so that we can control S, because that's a really nice, easy way that everyone knows to save. So we'll do window.add event listener, if I can spell, key down. Alright, function, there we go. And we're going to add one for key up. Key up. And this one's going to be a little bit shorter, so we'll just do this. We're going to create a new object called keys up here. And what we want to do is when you press key down, you're going to do keys event.keyCode equals true. So when the key is pressed, the object for that key will be true. Otherwise, we're just going to actually delete that like that. And so down here, we're going to be checking if event.control key is true and the S key is true. So let's see if we go to keycode.info and you press S, you can see that the key code for S is, oh, you can actually do event.key too. I'm just going to use a key code just because that's what I've always done. But so it's 83. So I'm going to do keys 83. So that's if both of those are pressed. So if you're pressing Control and the S, then we're going to save. And I do want to do one thing down here. I want to say if doc equals undefined. Sorry. We're just going to return false. Because we start off with no document open. And so the thing will get confused if you try to Control S, you know it's going to do that. And one more thing that we need to actually do is we need to prevent that default pop-up from occurring. So we're going to do event.prevent default. There we go. So that'll prevent that from happening. Alright, so now we're in here, right? We're typing. Let's say we just add some random text down here at the bottom. We press Control S and we get error. Okay. Alright, so let's see what the problem is here. Let's go ahead and actually alert our, or we'll just do this is kind of a weird way of doing this, but basically we're gonna see what the problem is here. Right, so we have our I can't type in it anymore for some reason. Okay, hold on. Let's just refresh this again. There we go. Save. Alright, so here's our error that we're getting. Call to undefined function file set. Oh! I'm sorry. It's not. It's put contents, not set contents. So now let's go ahead, go back and what? Oh my god. Okay. Did the wrong one. Put contents right there. Refresh. Here we go. Type in here. Control S. Saved. Now if we refresh the page, we can see that it actually did stay here and it is saved. If we go to our editor, you can see it is saved. All of that worked really great. So basically, we're done. We have a working editor. We can go through all of our files here. We can open them. We can edit them, and they're in nice viewing color here. And so that's really cool. I'm really proud of that. And so one thing we can do now is we can fix up this saved UI problem of using alerts. So what we're actually going to do is if it's a failure, we're just going to console.log the error, so data. But otherwise, what I want to do is I want to have this little, if you can see here when I start typing, I have this little dot up in the corner, and I stole that completely from Atom because they've got their little dot up there. But I did the same kind of thing in my editor, so we're going to do that exact same thing. We're going to have a little dot up here, and I actually want to set this to the name of the file that we're trying to get to. And so that's just a cool little stylistic thing that we can do here. So when we open the file, we're going to give this an ID first of file. And we're going to go in here, we're going to do document.get. We're going to get the file element. And we're going to set the text content equal to the doc.split. This gets a little weird. So we're splitting it by the dot. Nope, we're splitting it by the slash and pop. So that looks a little confusing. Basically what we're doing is we're taking a string, right? We're taking this right here. We're splitting it by this. So there's this segment, and then we're getting the very last element. So that would just be this right here. And so basically we're getting the file name with this. This is just a weird way of doing it. So we got that. And then we're going to go in here, we're going to add our little dot. And actually what we could do is we could just do a little after, and I think I'm going to do that actually. So we'll do file after. Actually, no, I'm not doing an after. Because afters are annoying to mess with in JavaScript, and we need to be able to do that in JavaScript. So we're just going to add a little div id is save. Sure, it'll just be called save. Oops, that's big. Okay, and actually we have that save image. So let's just use that save image, and let's, yeah, I like that more. So we're going to use the image id save. We don't need this, and we'll give it a src or an href equal to, no, src res/save.svg. So let's look at this. There we go. Alright, now let's go in here, save. I'm gonna give it a position absolute. That's not what absolute is spelled like. And we're just gonna put it in the top, like, right corner. And we'll give it a height of 24 by 24. Well, also, we might as well make it so you can click it to save, because that's really easy to do right there. Okay, and then, sorry, we'll go back here. Let's see what this looks like now. There we go. We got a little thing up here that you can click. It does look a little big. I'm gonna make it a little smaller, maybe 16. Perfect. Alright, and then we're going to give this a display of none. Okay. Now we're going to have a variable up here called saved, and that's going to be set to true. Right? And now every time we open a new folder or new document, you know what, actually, we're going to do that. It's going to stay undefined, and then every time you open a new document, not a folder, sorry, saved is going to get set to data. So saved is what the document's actual contents are, saved on the file. And then every time you save, saved is going to be equal to the code right here. Okay. Next up, what we want to do is we want to check if this is basically the same or not. So we're gonna do document, or no, we can do, yeah, document.get element by id editor .add event listener key down. Actually, we'll do key up. And what we're checking for here is we're checking if editor.getValue does not equal saved, then we want that little icon to show up. Otherwise, we want it to not show up. We also want to make sure that our save does not equal undefined. Okay, let's go in here. That's display none. Alright, we open that up and we start typing. And now we can see this pops up. If we go back and it's the same, it shouldn't. Okay, wait, let's check. Okay, so what's happening now, I'm actually not sure, because when you, let's try this again. When you type right down here, oh, okay. These look the same to me, but there's something different about them. Okay guys, what I did here is, this needs to be key up, and I also forgot to put the parentheses right here. That was a really stupid problem. So now, like this, right? And then we delete that, and it goes back to normal. And also, if you click on this, it'll save it, hopefully. Yeah, it does save it. I just need to make sure that we are checking this again. So let's actually go ahead, let's throw this in a function. Change this to check save down here. function check save, throw that in there, and then once we make the save, we need to check save. Okay, so now if we look here, we type, we save, and it's gone. Perfect. So this is going to wrap it up for our editor series. If you guys want to see more fun details or more things I can add, because they're limitless possibilities. As you can see on this one, I can upload, I can download, rename, I can make new files, I can do all sorts of cool stuff with PHP. And if you want to see that, let me know. I will continue to build on this if you'd like. Thank you guys for watching this series, and there should be more to come. Thank you.